BlackSeriesEdition.com. Our second company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I wanted to see a comparison, and thank you, Goose Screen. We do appreciate the sample sheet. Thank you so much. I wanted to see a comparison of the Goose Screen, which is called an Ultramax. Ultramax screen paint, how it stacks up next to our Complete Cinema. So this is our screen paint, which we call under the Black Series, our Advanced Ambient Light Rejection, 48 enrollment numbers, and this right here is called the Black Series Complete Cinema. And there is the company Goose Screen. We thank you again for the sample sheet. I do love your covers, very nice. When we start doing samples, we want to do them like this too also. And we're doing these for companies samples when we're developing. So this is really nice surface. Very, very nice, professionally done. I like it. Even has a place here for the business card. Very. There's what's called a Black Series Limited Edition. This downstairs is a little lighter than the Black Series. As I said before, the screen paints come in different shades of black. So this being the lightest one out of the group. Fusions are actually darker than these, Game and Fusions. So we're going to just do basic, simple tests. We do color, white levels, contrast. That's what we do. All right, so let's start off. We have red. Let's go with the basics. Blue screen saver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
And this gives us an idea when we're doing certified professional screen paints on how we stack up against these products, how they stack up against us. All right. Green screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, the reason why we do these particular tests is because this is something you're supposed to see when you're testing our products. You're supposed to see where the white levels lay, where the colors lay. You know, doing a bunch of colors across the screen. Again, you don't even know where one thing is going to end and one thing is going to begin. This is why most products you don't see them doing these demonstrations, because again, they're afraid that they may fail in the process, and they definitely don't want to do it live. We prefer to do it live. That way it shows there's nothing being dubbed over. We're not fixing anything behind camera, none of that stuff. Let me see. Let's go over to, we did purple? Let's do purple. Yeah, commercial for purple, of course. Oh, we asked for green, didn't we? Let's get green first. There's our levels for green. Let's get purple. Purple screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
There's our purple. All right. White screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
She did it first. We usually do white levels first because if the screen is producing too high of a white level, if we see it, there's a certain balance the screen has to give off on a white level. Most people think that the higher the white level on the screen, the brighter the color. No, you couldn't be more wrong. It doesn't work that way. You just described the white screen. White screens have the highest white level. So if that was the case, the white screen would be the more superior screen over any other screen, but it's not. It's actually the bottom dot or lowest screen that you could possibly get in your home theater or workplace setup. That is the lowest. So let's come over here and let's grab a white surface. Has to be a certain tone in there in order for it to accept white light, contrast, and color. That's why if you see the tone here, and the first thing, when I first started doing this, I had somebody saying, well, the white levels are fantastic there, the colors are going to be, no. Just because the white levels are higher doesn't mean it's brighter. It means the white levels are too high and it can't see contrast. And if it can't pick up a contrast tone, then what's going to happen is when you do this, red screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
You can't see the color. See? Biggest mistake people make at the end of the day. They're thinking, oh, that's the case, the white screen would be the most expensive screen, because if it's all about the white levels, then yeah. And in order for our technology to be to maintain such a beautiful color, such like this, we would have to be able to see white light, which we've done these tests on black paint, black fabric, and so forth. And you click below, we're going to drop 2 major links. One link is for our test demonstrations, the other one's for our demonstrations, which is very a lot of information on those pages. And it will show you the difference. We do one demonstration versus white, one versus black. We did it with a 1000 lumen projector. To show you that one is producing too high of a white level, one's producing too high, well, it's producing a black level, but just can't receive white light. This is why when you get these screens that produce too high of a white light, the first thing they tell you is, well, you may have to go out and buy a more expensive projector to cut through the ambient light you have in the environment, or you may have to turn your environment to an ambient light controlled environment to cut down on the light that's washing out your screen, or you're going to have to calibrate the colors that are washing out because your screen can't maintain color. When it comes to contrast, you know what's going to happen there. You can't calibrate contrast. You got to buy a projector that has a high enough contrast to be able to pick up some decent dark shade of gray, and you're still stuck in a dark environment, by the way. So you spend thousands of dollars to be stuck in the dark. Pretty much took it back to the Stone Age. But we're just seeing a little comparison. I like to explain things as I go along. All right, that's cool. Slow color change out, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
See the colors coming in. Now, compared to Goo Screen and some of the screens I've seen already, Goo Screen's pretty good. It's a very good screen. It's better than screen paint products I've seen out there. That's why, you know, they've been out for a long time. They've been out before I was out. Goo Screen's been around for a while. So on a white screen, it's going to do what it's designed to do. It's going to pull better contrast. It's going to pull better color. Yes, on a white screen. But again, like I said, this is not a white screen. Now, the Ultramax high points are the fact that when you see screens, usually this tone is for contrast. That's what they design them for, to be able to pick up darker contrast level. I was trying to see if they had a black technology. Apparently they say they do, but I don't think they do. The reason why I say that because I can't find anything on it. Done the research, I can't track anything down. If something's made strictly for a company, we have products that are made strictly for companies. You'll see them. You'll see them pop up on YouTube. You'll see demonstrations displayed on it. Like the glass technology is strictly designed for companies. But you'll see the technology, you'll see the video explain it. How else are the other companies going to see? They don't display it. They don't even know it exists if we don't explain it, if we don't show it off. So I think the darkest one they have here, they said amusement parks. This is the one it's used for. So this is it. This is the one. If you have a black screen, you have a black screen. If you don't have a black screen, then you don't have one. It's interesting when I talk to some companies, I'm saying, mentioning names, that claim to have black technology. Keep in mind, I'm an expert in that field. I will ask you questions that I know about that technology. At the end of the day, that sometimes they can't seem to, they don't understand it. So there's our comparison right there in colors. Now, I would never say the products don't work, because the products do work. They work for the purpose of what they were designed for. We just want to see on our end how they stack up to our technology. That's why we do the certified screens, because we want to see how the certified screens, a projection screen, which is actually more gold than screen paints, because we know we can handle screen paints. At the end of the day, it's nothing. You know, at one point, the biggest fight between screen paints and projection screens was screen paint could never do the job of a projection screen. Well, yes, they can. Our technology can do it. And we're the only ones that at the end of the day can post our test demonstrations in massive page links. There's nobody else doing that. All right, so color. Let's go here and let's go pull white levels. Now, when we do white levels, we know the screen's going to pull a slightly higher white level than ours because it is light. We do not want our screen looking like demonstrations where they're coming up so black. The screen looks dark, like a black spot in the middle of the screen. That we do not want. That's why we do all those tests against black house paints and products against our screens so we can show you there's a difference. 4K Snow Screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's start with the wolf. Probably get commercials in there. Yeah, getting near Christmas time.
Oh, give me the best. Oh, and a little something for the deer.
Now, mind you, the reason why this is easy for us, because we have test demonstrations of our dark technology going against white surfaces and white levels. So gray screen is easy. Paper or white surface or white projection screen can't turn our technology dark like that black house paint, then a gray screen can't do it. Virtually impossible. But there you go. Yeah. Shade difference. See shade difference right there. We haven't even gotten to contrast yet. That's the most important part of it all. So this screen is designed for to pick up a contrast level. So our screen can maintain its white levels, no problem. We have demonstrations, like I said, posted to our website on white versus black. I hate to say it that way, but it's not what you think it is. But anyway, we had to put it at white levels versus black levels, because that would have came up kind of weird in the video. But anyway, yeah, it's basically us taking our screens and taking multiple sheets of white paper. We have a projection screen we did half and half, and showing white levels only to show the difference that our products pull up a certain high white level. Now, if you were to do this on any other screen paint, and again, like I said, the issues you're going to have is color is going to be an issue, and contrast is going to be the main issue because they cannot see it. I love when people say, well, I got high levels, so and so and so. Yeah, but can you see contrast and color? You can't, and those things are not even ambient light projection technology at that. So what about that department? Let's go over to our star fill demonstration. And there you go. So this is one of the things people will pay the most for is contrast. Contrast is everything at screen. Now, they will pull a slightly higher white level because their screen is lighter than ours. That's just given. But to make our screen look dark where it's virtually impossible to watch that, no, it's not going to happen. Our screen can still maintain a very high white level. We do produce better color, and we do produce 100% contrast, which means I can sit next to a window at 127 inches with a contrast rating on my projector at 2000 to 1, and I can pick up a contrast level higher than a P2 or any other projector that has a high contrast rating, because my screen is virtually black. This is the plus points of black technology. On top of that, we don't have to deal with the annoying bars that come up in tan and gray. Our screen's going to produce black either way. Whatever I change my aspect ratio to, my screen always going to have a black bar. 8K desired nature, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go with some really darker contrast levels. The blue screen's a very good screen. Much better contrast level, and the white levels are very good. That's something I noticed too. We have tested other gray paints here, and darker gray paints, and the white levels were absolutely horrible. They were horrible. But this one has a very good white level. That and paint on screens had extremely good white levels. LG Beta Fish YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
pick up any LG OLED demonstrations, your screen would have to be physically black. I see people trying to do this on gray screens. Don't do that. It's not meant for your product. It's made for a black screen. Now, most people miss the one important part on the OLED demonstration is the background. That's the most important part. You see how it's matching everything in the environment that's black? I see demonstrations of this screen coming up gray and not matching anything in the environment. That background must remain black at all times. When I'm watching a demonstration, I'm never staring at the object, I'm staring at the background the entire time, and I'm looking at objects in the environment to see if they match up. Black screensaver, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now mind you, as I said before, the Complete Cinema is the lightest version of our black technology. It is, in the category, it's the lightest. You would have the Fusion, which is a little bit darker, and then the limited edition, which we had upstairs, that's the one that's actually super jet black. Got to pick the intro up too. Now, we've done this demonstration with lights on each side of the screen. We've done this demonstration in window light. We've done it at 1,000 lumens, just everything you can name. For those who've been asking those questions about ultra short throws, I'm dropping in 2 massive links. These are our web pages on our website, which have everything you could possibly think of in those particular pages. Every question you got. And if you go back and you compare our products to anybody else, you will not find anybody else has more than we do on our products or more test demonstrations done. As for the Goose screen, like I said, very nice screen. I do like it. But side-by-side comparison to our technology comes out on top. It does produce a slightly higher white level, which I expected to do because, again, it is a lighter product. But to say it's going to produce the same color as our products in contrast, it's not going to happen. The main points of that screen is the ability to be able to pull a heavy contrast level. And as you can see, ours pulls the heaviest. Now, even in the demonstration you're seeing here, the white level is actually showing itself. You'll see when you watch races when we do our products for black paint, you go, okay, I see it now. You'll see where our product is actually pulling a higher white level, but also to maintaining it at the same time. That's why those tests are important. When people going out there and painting their screens with everyday black house paint, find out that you go to watch something and you're going to see your contrast levels. Color and white levels are going to come out extremely dirty. And that's going to be disappointing. Actually, I had someone already do that already. Now let's just pick up a solid black level. Well, we can pick up the mystery screensaver, this right here. We've all had this one before on Windows. What I like about this demonstration the most is you see that little light pushing back and forth. That comes up bright screen, but at the same time, it has to maintain a solid black contrast at the same time. This is one of the tests that we put screens through that claim to be darker screens. You're going to have to pick up a 100% black level, and you're going to have to pick up a nice bright level at the same time. And the thing about it is, to be fair, they don't know who we are. I'm not going to understand that. A lot of companies that bump into us don't know who we are. They don't even think this technology even exists. This is why we're going to the next stage to show that the product does exist and it is very real. And I can understand where they're coming from. When I was making great products back in the day, I really believed that my products pulled heavy contrast levels. I believed it pulled amazing colors. I believed all that. Until I didn't know there was anything out there better. I didn't know anything until I got a chance to get a look at diamond technology. And I was like, wow, that can't be real. That's impossible. And it was real. It was possible. It was right there. As a matter of fact, like I said, my vice president, June, at the time, sent me over a punch sample sheet. And I got a chance to take it. I was so excited, take it down to my room upstairs and have a look and get a look at it, see what it was. And man, I never seen anything like it. Mind blowing. Saw colors and contrast levels at that particular time. The contrast levels I'm looking on the screen, even though the screen was gunmetal, I'm thinking it's black because again, we didn't have black technology because I didn't develop it yet. And I just thought it was this most amazing thing. Anywhere I put that screen and everything just popped right to the screen. It came to life. It led me to believe that now I need to change directions on where we need to go because I can't continue down this road. This kind of technology is coming up. This is a future technology. I have to go in the direction of this technology. And that's what we did. And this is why I can go back to the beginning of digital 4K crystal onyx. I can show you the beginning stages of the technology. And I can show you the companies or company that was interested in the technology at that time. Now, I actually, the Lord had, I said, you know, if I'm going to make a dark gray screen, I want a black screen. That's what I want. And here we are today, black screen. But we also like to thank Screen. Thank you so much for the sample sheet. I really appreciate it. And much respect. And like I said, just wanted to see a little side-by-side demonstration next to the lighter black version of the Complete Cinema. It pulls a much higher white level, but like I said, I wanted to see the lighter version of it and just want to see the comparison to it. We went from the highest, which is upstairs, we have the limited black edition of the darkest ones, to the lightest one, which is the Cinema Complete. Mainly the main points of their technology, the Ultramax, is the fact, the ability to be able to pull a heavier contrast level. That's what that's about. Our screen's going to be, the minute I saw the sample sheet, not to be rude or anyway disrespectful, but the minute I saw the sample sheet, oh wait, something else I want to see first. Something more I want to see. Just one of the demonstration I would like to see. Before I saw the sample sheet, if it's not coming to a solid black, we automatically know. But I tested anyway because who knows? Somebody could have developed the technology that looks that color and can produce that contrast in the background. You never know. Skyworth food demonstration, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
One of the things I see the most when I see people trying to do this demonstration, they will skip the intro. The intro's in solid black. That's why. That's when the intro, they'll go right to the white demonstration only, but they'll skip that intro because they have a problem with picking it up. See, that's the intro. It's supposed to be in black. Now you see that for a minute. That. You can have a nice white level, but again, you're going against a screen that generates a higher contrast. If it generates a higher contrast and can see white light, it also has the ability to be able to see better color. Its colors are going to be a lot more richer. It's going to have a lot more depth to the image. As you can see, it's not picking up the color correctly because again, it's picking up too much white light. this product would do amazing. Does exactly what it's designed to do. One of the things I asked about when I was talking to the owner was about caliber of projectors that are being used on the product. That's one of the things I was asking about. And of course, I'm pretty sure they're definitely not using our projectors at all, period. They're probably using projectors that have extremely high contrast capability and lumen counts, and they're probably amazing projectors. But that's why I had to ask that question, because I want to know what kind of projectors they're using. We're using our Chrissy's 2012, the most highest one we have here is a Chrissy 2011, 2012 projector, and that's what we're using right now. And our projector's like $500. So that's what we're using. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm using a $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 projector in a demonstration. A lot of people are not going to be able to relate to that. Heck, I don't even want to relate to it. It's a very expensive machine. I don't even like to use $1,500 machines for my demonstrations. I would rather use a projector under $500. That's what I would rather use. As I said before, there's nothing wrong with the projectors, unless they're knockoffs. But there's nothing wrong with the projectors today. The problem is that the screens cannot seem to keep up to the projectors. Let's play this last one here. That's the problem. Screens can't keep up. And this shows you at the end of the day that how far the screens can't keep up due to the fact that I'm using a projector this old. I'm not referring to their product. We're just doing it side by side. Not white screens. Alright, well that's basically all I need to know. Anything else would just be going too far with it. We got a chance to see color, we saw contrast, white levels. We're in a well-lit environment, we have light pushing through the windows. So just going to see where we stack up against the product. Never seen me get this close to a screen. We usually don't never get close to screens that way. Because again, if I got to get that close to a screen to show you a difference in contrast and color, ain't no point me making the screen at all, period. The screen paint at all. So I like to make sure that we have everything legit. I don't want to claim anything, because some people say, well, how do we know that's their sample sheet? No, that could just be a gray, something gray you painted in, and that could be their product right there. No, we do everything by the book over here. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. One coat roll-on, very nice. It's for use for theme parks. Very, very nice. And there's your information right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed. I got to go. And thank you again, Goose Green, for the sample sheet. We appreciate it. Just want to see a simple side-by-side how you stacked up to our products. Very nice product. I just want to show how we stand next to yours. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.